profession teaches you to respect it. You're never in control of it and you never know what you're going to get. It's a bit like horse racing. I think you need a little bit of separation, a little bit of freshness to just take you away from your normal day life. Surfing for me is just a perfect release. Someone said to me that Father Time remains undefeated. My weeks, days, hours have been geared all towards the next race. Kind of just like to chill out and relax a little bit more when I'm surfing. It's about as far from racing as I can get. Right, what do you want to talk about?
From where it started here, in the back blocks of WA, to the pantheon of racing and beyond. There's been no one else like Damien Oliver. For more than 35 years, ladies and gentlemen, he has been the star of our sport, and it's a sport that he has made certainly very much his own. His Group 1 tally, of course, as we well know, includes those Melbourne Cups, Cox Plates, Caulfield Cups, Golden Slippers, and no one's ever going to forget the great courage that Damien showed that day in 2002. This Saturday is the day where the curtain will be drawn on this truly remarkable career. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Damien Oliver.
So, mate, you brought me all the way down to cold Melbourne. What the are you doing? What's this about?
Best day we've had in months.
So, we've got some big news, mate. Tell me all about it.
Well, after about 35 years of riding, I've decided that this is going to be my last spring carnival.
Oh, my God, mate. Big decision. Your career is unbelievable, the stats. We know the 128 Group 1 wins, which is a bar that's going to be very hard to beat by anyone in the next probably 20 years. You competed in 1,000 Group 1s.
There's Damien Oliver.
Damien Oliver.
Damien Oliver. Damien Oliver.
An emphatic victory by Damien Oliver.
As you know, there's no more competitive person than me, but it is getting increasingly difficult with the demands on jockeys, with the workload that's required for you to stay at the highest level.
There is always that side where you are constantly having to prove your worth.
You know, I thought of different times where I might just like to stop and go quietly, but, you know, the way my body's feeling, my mind's feeling, I know I can still do it.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm just looking forward to really having one good last crack this spring. I've probably been thinking about my retirement about the last 12 months. I kind of felt like I wanted to go out on my terms while I was still riding at a high level.
The Perth champion has taken the Cox Plate. And it's Damien Oliver. Not a mess with it to see.
The early morning grind, the trials, the track work, the many hours you spend with the horses. Didn't want to keep on doing it just for the sake of doing it. My life's been extremely regimented and structured for over 36 years now, readjusting to normal life. What is that? Racing's been my life. It's all about to change. Next month's going to be pretty busy. We've got the Caulfield Guineas coming up this week, the Caulfield Cup after that, then the Cox Plate, then we move to Flemington for Cup Week. The opportunities to getting a ride in the Melbourne Cup are going to be pretty slim for me this year. The weight scale's really light, so it's really important that I try and keep my diet and weight as light as possible, so that if something does come up, that I haven't got too much work to get down to that light weight to ride one. It'd be a fairy tale to have a ride in the Melbourne Cup in my last year. You want to be going there with a chance too, not just making up the numbers. Racing is just so unpredictable. You've got to have a passion for it. You've got to have a love for it. I think it's one thing. You've got to have a lot of different qualities. If you only got one strength in this business, you're going to get found out. I'm riding Alligator Blood for Gay Waterhouse. One of the toughest horses you'll ride.
The Group 1 Underwood Stakes. Alligator Blood coming forward.
Damien Oliver means more to the racing industry than he probably realises. And he's built up, over the years, a wonderful record, really equal to none.
And the field is set. Racing in the Underwoods. Alligator Blood's in the top 5.
Damien has a lovely feel with the horse. He's got beautiful hands. And he's got a clock in his head, which is very important.
1,200 metres to go. Alligator Blood continues its wide run and forward.
His timing, his sense of understanding programs, and of course, him being able to be stronger and fitter and tougher.
500 metres to go. Alligator Blood's a length and a half away. Alligator Blood at the 150 extended. A length in front of Tuvalu and Duas. But it's Alligator Blood clear.
What more can we say about Damien Oliver? He's at the peak of his powers still.
Alligator Blood, of course, winning a Group 1 for him in my final season. That was awesome. Thanks.
A few times. How's everything going?
Good, very well. Yourself? Have you got one for me Cup week yet? Have you,
Well, we'll probably work on it.
you worked one out yet?
Yeah,
We've got to go out with a bang together.
I know.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Wouldn't it
Yeah.
be nice?
Yeah, it'd be
Very
lovely.
nice.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go for a surf.
Put my feet in the water.
Anyone want to come out with me?
Yeah, I'll come out.
I'm going to ride this puppy. What, you going to boogie or?
I'll just start off boogie boarding.
Okay.
Chilly.
You reckon? I thought it was nice yesterday.
I guess once you jump in and get your head wet, you'll be right.
Yeah.
I was happy when Damien said this is it because I knew that he'd reconciled that decision in his mind. We as a family weren't going to rush him. It was totally something that he needed to come to terms with, be happy with, and he just needed to know that we'd support him through that.
Damien and I met surfing. I used to kind of sneak down here, you know, I'd skip school, sneak down here and have a quick surf with his mates. Don't tell his mum they were skipping school though.
Damien's schedule, it moves around a lot. He can miss out on some family things, but the other times when he's home during the week, he's able to pick the kids up from school and do some normal dad stuff. The kids will definitely look forward to more dad time. We're a team. The whole family's a team, and I think that's how things work best.
We're at Cranbourne Training Centre this morning. This is where you're looking to unearth your next good horse. Roy, how are you, mate?
Good, mate, how are you?
Good.
Congrats Saturday.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Mate, you give it way too soon. What
Ah,
Still teaching him a lesson.
thanks, mate. It's nice some people still think so.
The Cranbourne Training Centre is the largest dedicated horse racing facility in the Southern Hemisphere, and the quality of the horses here is something we're very, very proud of. Monday morning jump outs, you see not only the very best horses, but the very best trainers and the very best jockeys.
Jamie, how are you?
I'm ready for bed.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, got a fast one.
Yeah. Julian Walsh wants me to put these on to get him in. Yep. So we'll see what we can do. All right. Jump outs here. It's kind of like a practice race. Gets the horses fit, gets them educated for getting them ready to go to the races. You want them doing it comfortably, and you want them settled when they're there and jumping well when they jump. They're creatures of habit. They're routine animals, most of them. You get others that also never really get comfortable. It's a bit of a phobia for them. The first horse is a really well-bred horse, got a great action, and I think he's got a good future ahead of him. He didn't quicken at all, like he usually does. The second horse, he's a little bit fresh, still early in his preparation, but progressing well. You want me to win? Yeah.
We've got Ollie on an unraced young horse. Hopefully it's worth its time, and obviously it's good to have basically the GOAT. You certainly don't want to waste his time having him out here on slow horses.
In you go, fella. Good boy. Racing is a partnership.
Turn loose.
Yeah, mate. Every horse, every jockey has strengths and weaknesses, and they're the things we've got to work on to become better versions of ourselves. It's not cheap to have a horse in training these days, so you've got to be a bit diplomatic sometimes how you break the news and try and give them some hope and where you might be able to go somewhere. Look, he's a lovely horse. He jumped well, travelled nice, just sat in behind them, and when I brought him out, he had a bit to give, but I just, he's a little bit on the burly side, but he's not too bad out there. Yeah.
All right, champion.
No worries, mate.
Cool, mate.
Yeah, mid-dance move. So when's the big DJ appearance happening?
Next Friday, actually. Will you be making an appearance, actually?
I'll be working. Some of us got to ride, My advice to any young jockey out there would be take a breath now and again, because so much racing, it's 24/7 these days, and I think they really need to be careful not to overdo it.
Your Friday nights are going to be free, so.
Yeah, I know.
You'll have to head out.
Not as wild as you blokes say, I think. Back in the day, maybe, not so much now.
Back in the day, about 6 years ago, the May Carnival.
Okay, not bad. I think that was Wednesday, actually. Nothing like someone to throw you under the bus, is there, eh? Experience is nothing if you can't share it, so it's important to give back to the sport and to the kids and try and share some of my wisdom that I've learned over the years. You know you made it when you made the front page, not the back page, though, boys.
I'm fighting a battle inside. We're fighting a battle.
It's not just the horses that have to be fit and in form at the races. Jockeys have got to be there as well. I've been coming to boxing fit for 10 years, I suppose, now. I feel more comfortable with some kind of routine, more relaxed and more prepared. Good workout. Really gets the heart rate up. Big part of being fit, riding a horse, and commitment to it, and a driving finish if you're fit and full of energy. It can mean the difference between winning and losing sometimes. Don't make me scream too much today, mate.
That'll be nice.
Being a jockey's a high-risk sport. You're going to get your fair share of injuries, but manage to stay in one piece. With the help of a Zim, he keeps me in good shape and been able to keep me on the track and riding successfully for so long. Oh yeah, that's tight in there.
Okay, let's go.
Feels like it catches a tendon or something, I broke my back pretty badly about 20 years ago. I had 6 vertebrae fused from T1 to T6, so now that part of my spine is fixed. I've probably considered myself to be about 70 to 80% post that injury than before it. When you've got that feeling in your back, it's with you forever, and it just restricts you a little bit. So you have to get a little bit smarter and more in tune with your body. Retiring pretty fit and healthy is important to me because I like to live an active lifestyle. Caulfield Guineas Day today. It's a big race at the start of the meat of the Spring Carnival, if you like, so it can really set up your next 3 or 4 weeks. It's a really important race to me. It was my second Group 1 winner back in 1990.
It's Centro taking the lead. Centro has won it.
My next win was on Animo a couple of years ago.
Animo, the stronger. Animo won the Guineas.
My expectations with Little Bros today, he's drawn a little bit wide on the track, so he's not an early speed horse, so I'll let him be comfortable early, settle in the second half of the field, and then see if he can run home strongly.
The Caulfield Guineas is situated right in the middle of the spring. It's an integral race for breeding. Always a dream to train a horse that goes on to become a sire, so it's definitely one that you always want to tick off. We had Little Bros in the Guineas with Ollie on. It's an absolute pleasure to have someone with his experience on our horse. A lot of horses make or break their breeding careers in the lead up to this race. It's something that validates a lot of hard work for a lot of people.
Focus for me is probably like being calm, relaxed, not being distracted by what's going on around you. So I walk along diagonally like this, just looking for firmer or softer parts of the track. I feel if there's a wind stronger than 20 kilometres, it does have an impact. I notice that as you come halfway around the bend, the headwind is a factor, but you're going to have to run into it at some stage. But if you can get a little bit of cover coming around the bend, I think it'll help. So if I win the Guineas today, it'll be my 130th Group 1 winner. All the little things, you're constantly analysing, watching previous races to see where the winners are coming from. You still get a little nervous, of course. If you don't get nervous, it doesn't mean anything to you.
Ollie's been one of the greatest ever since I was born, so it makes the pre-race tactics easy. He knows what he wants to do and he knows how to win a race. We just wish him luck, leg him on, and away he goes.
The technical aspect is really important to get your tactics right. But you also have to have the ability to adapt as well. You know, you're dealing with a live animal, so sometimes their temperament on the day can change. They might jump quicker than you expect or jump slower than you expect.
The gates are back and they're racing. Little Bros missed the start.
There's so many different variables in a race. Obviously, you're dealing with up to 15 different horses and jockeys.
Griff wanders about. It's still in front though, and Griff wins a dramatic finish.
He rode our horse superbly. He gave him every opportunity. He just wasn't quite ready to take the race by the scruff of the neck, but couldn't have been happy with the ride Ollie gave him.
Hey, boy. How are you, mate? What's going on? Long time no see. What's going on? Here we are at Danny O'Brien's stables. We've known each other since we were teenagers. We've both come a long way since then and enjoyed a lot of success together over the years, so it'd be great if I could get a good winner for Danny before it's all over.
Happy?
He's right, yep. Full of himself. There's no substitute for a jockey's feedback, but no one's irreplaceable in this business. It doesn't stop for anyone. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. I like riding for Danny. He's probably more a trainer that likes to give his horses a little bit of time and build into their preparation. That suits us both well as a trainer and a jockey. I've had over 800 rides for Danny, 140 winners, 4 Group 1s, 14 million in prize money. Not bad, eh, mate? It's a nice horse. I think he's going to be all right. Shame I won't be around for him. I get a lot of satisfaction of finding a really nice horse and looking to where it can get to. They're so well, these horses, I reckon. Just getting a feel, and then you could probably canter down a bit stronger canter, because they're just so full of themselves, you know. You'd probably do a little bit more on the canter.
Yeah.
There's still enjoyment getting at the ground level of the horses and seeing what they can develop into. If there is one more good one to come and one more good race to win, that'll give me great satisfaction. Watch it out there, some big waves out there today, guys. Working the horses down on 13th Beach is just fantastic. Not many places around the world have a facility like that where they can just do so much in the one place with the horses.
The third one's the Genius that you're riding Thursday.
He looks nice and fresh. Carries himself well, doesn't he?
Yeah. What's the one thing you're going to miss from everything?
I'll probably miss a bit of the camaraderie, I think, with the people involved in the industry.
Sure you're not going to miss the Monday morning phone calls about where you're going, horses you're riding, or then the phone calls from Danny on a Friday afternoon saying, I need you to go to this meeting, reschedule your whole week?
Yeah, and I won't miss the night races, that's for sure too. So, yeah, that'll be the flip side as well.
Damien's ridden for me since I first started training. I think he's had nearly as many rides as any jockey. He knows where to go on the track. He knows how the race is likely to be run.
The Genius going back to the fence seems to have something to offer it.
Volpe Resource going well under the urgings of Ollie.
There is a little bit of a competitive streak in me. The Genius, Frilled, Vegeta San, Volpe Resourcer and Salui. Great wins. I've just loved every minute of it.
Vegeta Sand with a big blowout.
Damien Oliver has stormed down the middle of the track.
He always saves that last bit for the end of the race.
Frilled punched out by Ollie, holding on it. Frilled remains undefeated. The Genius driving.
Couldn't finish my career without one last win for Danny O'Brien.
And got there.
Typical Damien Oliver. He was the difference to get the horse up to win.
Is there anything you do that isn't competitive?
No, probably not. Hold there.
Stay there. Ah. Perfect. I've known Damien since he was 14 and 15. We were both apprentice jockeys together in Perth.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Get it on.
I was the race starter at the 2002 Melbourne Cup, which Damien won on Media Puzzle.
Actually, best man at my wedding too. So when I hang up the boots, there'll be plenty more time for golf.
Yeah, it'd be awesome, mate. We'll get out and about. It's not that easy in the racing caper to get a day off together, that's for sure. Hey, here's one. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Are you as good at this as you are at riding horses?
No.
Have you seen a hole in one? Righto, stand by.
Oh, that's going to be close.
Boom, we're back.
I'm a handy golfer. Probably a good short game, good around the greens. Run it out. Go. Just need a bit more. Long game's not so good, obviously, being a little fella. Yeah, nice shot, mate. So I was playing with my son the other day, and he's only just started playing. He's only 13. I said, son, do you know why they call it golf? He said, no, why, Dad? He said, I said, all the other four-letter words were taken.
Wow.
Golfing and racing, quite different, but it's also a great challenge against the course, against your friends.
Stand by, sport fans.
Golf, eh? Just teaches you, if you hit a bad shot, you pay the penalty, don't you?
Righto, come and help. Do you want to chop up the salad? Weight management's a constant in Damien's life. You have to eat well and train hard. The sauna, it's a tool of his work and he takes it really seriously.
There's a lot of things that go through your mind when you're losing weight. You've got to be careful that negative thoughts don't creep in because you're a bit food and water deprived. The Melbourne Cup weights this year are pretty light, so I may have to go a little bit lighter if I want to get on a real chance, if that opportunity even arises.
Week to week, we're never really sure what Damien's going to be faced with. I mean, some races, there's a big lead up into the weight loss. If it's a big race like the Melbourne Cup, he'll have a schedule that might last 6 weeks or so. But yeah, it's all fairly planned and portion controlled. Having 2 girls in the house, we've been really mindful of that, not becoming a huge issue, so it's hardly ever spoken of.
Spring Carnival, it's no chips in the cupboard, no temptation for him. He's got a horrendous sweet tooth. That's where I get it from. You should see his car. He's got the, what's that called? The middle box of his car, the glove box, full of lollies, like about 3 packets of lollies. We always rate it.
Before he always worried about food, but I think now he can enjoy food and he might enjoy cooking too.
Hi, Mike. Yeah, good to hear from you. What's that? You'd like me to ride Alan Kerr? Oh, that's awesome news. So we're in. I found out I've got a ride in the Melbourne Cup. Alan Kerr, he's running. I've been looking through the rides, a lot of lightweights this year. I'd been chasing Gay, she had nothing for me. So that's awesome news to get on Alan Kerr. Thanks, Mike. To be sitting in the grandstands watching it wouldn't be quite the same. We're in. My final Melbourne Cup. But first, there's a Cox Plate to be won. The Cox Plate's huge. It's one of the biggest races in Australia. Run at Moonee Valley. It's a real cauldron, amphitheatre with the crowd just sitting right over the short straight there, so it's a real buzz riding in a race like that. There's no atmosphere of a race quite like it. Moonee Valley, best way to describe it, I think, is like a rectangle with corners, so it's quite a tricky and tactical track. I think it really helps to have an agile horse, a horse that can be a little bit versatile in its racing pattern and kicks off the bends really well. Jewess is a little bit of an outsider, but she's capable of winning a Cox Plate. She's a Group 1 winner over 2,000 metres. She's probably going to need a strongly run race with a bit of pressure on.
Just go 6, improved 3 and 38, 2 and 24.
Rightio.
So just a nice soft one to build into it, getting around the turn there.
Yep.
And then if you just want to take the feel, because you don't know her, and you need to get to know her.
Sure. Anything I need to know?
Yeah, no, she's a
Straightforward?
Yeah, she's a beauty.
Beautiful.
All right?
All right, let's do it, eh?
Yep.
Good girl. Thanks, mate. Good, it's quite a pivotal morning for the horses to get their first or last feel of Moonee Valley track before the big day. Hey, Bubba. Ooh.
Everyone in the Cummings family would be pretty pleased to see Ollie go out on a high. He's ridden Group 1s for my brother, my father and my grandfather, and he rode Dane Ripper to his first Cox Plate win. The symmetry between his first and his last, pressure's on now to hopefully get the same result. It's about keeping both of them calm and relaxed. He gets to know a few of those idiosyncrasies. She's a fairly easy horse to ride. She'll do it all on autopilot anyway, and I'm sure he'll probably come back and say something similar. He's got a lifetime of riding under his belt, so who knows, he might be able to pick up something that we haven't about her and use it to his advantage on Saturday. There's still a bit of unfinished business left, so let's get through that before we start playing the violins.
Good girl.
She's come off well.
Lovely, mate.
Yeah.
She's pretty casual in her work.
Yep.
As soon as I pulled it up, she was bouncing and playing,
Yeah.
you know, she felt great, yeah.
Just that sort of prize fighter kind
Yeah, she
of
switched on.
mentality, yeah.
Yeah, she feels very fit.
Just got to discuss barriers now.
Yeah, always closer in the better sort of thing, you know.
Hopefully I'll
Barrier
get the
George
chance.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Australia's best race, the best 2 minutes of sport. The representatives of each horse have the possibility and the option to pick their own barrier. So here we go. Horse number 4. Barrier number 5.
Good barrier today is anything sort of inside 5 or 6. And then there's a couple of neutral barriers, and then there's a couple of poor barriers.
Horse number 9. Jewess for Ed Cummings. Good luck, Edward. What a moment this would be for the Cummings family. What a great job he's done with his small team. He's produced this mighty mare, and he says shortest way home, Richard. It's as simple as that. Barrier number 1 for Jewess. Where Winks jumped from in 2015.
People always hang on to nostalgia and the good old days, but the challenge is to make new ones, new memories, and look to the future, and I'm sure Ollie is too.
First run on this day in 1922. What a race it has become since. The Ladbrokes Cox Plate, $5 million Group 1 weight for age contest. There's nothing like it. Damien Oliver waves to the crowd one last time on Cox Plate Day. He's set to have his 23rd ride in this race. He won it on Dane Ripper in 97 and Northerly in 2001.
Getting a bit emotional because it's the last chance I'm going to have to do it.
final Cox Plate ride for Damien Oliver aboard Ed Cummings' mare in Jewess, horse number 9. In his 23rd and final Cox Plate aboard. You couldn't have anyone better to do the steering. What's his chances, Ed?
I think we're all quietly confident that she's going to be one of the best finishing horses in the race. If we needed an ace up our sleeve, I think it's Ollie.
The home of the Ladbrokes Cox Plate, Moonee Valley about to erupt.
I think it is a lot more emotional. Damien usually has this big wall up, but at the moment you're seeing him in his real, pared back state, and he's letting everyone know his feelings. So that's a beautiful thing.
The field is just about set for Australia's best race.
How much would a third Cox Plate win mean to you at this time in your career?
Be pretty awesome. Suppose because it's my last one.
Dane Ripper getting up on the inside. Dane Ripper wins nearly a length on the line.
Racing in the Cox Plate. Romantic Warrior jumped away well.
You're always hopeful. You need everything to go right for it to be a chance.
1,400 metres to go, and it's King Colorado in front.
She really came up underneath me well coming up to the turn.
Mr. Brightside off the fence, needs room, and then came Jewess into the straight.
I knew I was in the race with a chance, but just needed one more gap to open up.
Mr. Brightside coming out of the Romantic Warrior. It's a super finish.
We went to the line pretty much untested, and I felt that if the gap had opened up, that we would have been fighting out the finish. Of course it means a lot, if it didn't mean a lot, I wouldn't have been doing it for so long and wouldn't be so passionate about it. I feel like I need to recharge my batteries. It can become intense and you can get a bit caught up in it all. Just in a little bit of a rut. I've been riding too much. I just need a break away from it.
Smells that wetsuit.
Yours or mine?
Yours. It stinks.
Oh, thanks, mate. Might be you.
I don't think so.
Surfing's helped me stay as a jockey for so long because I've been able to have that escape from the horses and just keep you mentally and physically fresh. And you keep pretty fit doing it too, 'cause it's a bit of a workout.
If you want to back a winner, you back him after he's been surfing. The next day he's on.
I surf mostly with my mate Mick down here at Torquay. He's a cray fisherman. There's a couple of waves out there. At least we've got it ourselves.
Very often.
He's just a good mate to catch up with. He's not into racing at all, and it's just a great separation for me away from my work. He's a goofy footer, so he'll be taking all the lefts.
He'll be taking everything he can.
I was hooked on surfing the first time I went surfing. From then on, I had the bug.
Let's go, old boy.
It's good to surf with people older than you. They make you look a bit better.
He likes to surf with old people that they don't make him look much younger. Too much in the sauna. I've known Ollie since he would have been in his 20s and we were surfing then. He's been coming down the coast for years and he's sort of like a local, everyone knows him. He's got 2 speeds, flat out and sleep on the couch.
The waves are always different, so there's always a fresh and different challenge out there. Surfing is a perfect outlet for me just to get away from it all.
It must be hard to take the gloves off and give it a rest, but suppose you got to let someone else have a few winners every now and again, don't you? I think he's better at riding horses.
I want to be. Be going broke pretty quick if I wasn't.
Yeah, you know, he's like pretty competitive, that boy.
My final Melbourne Cup. This horse has come into the race with a little bit of injury, but the vets have just cleared Alan Kerr to race. It's not still 100%. The final call will come down to me. I'm going to have to ride the horse to the start and see how he feels.
You need everything to go 100% right for the Melbourne Cup. But he's always hopeful and you can never just tell what's going to happen.
We jumped well, the adrenaline was there, the opportunity was there, but of course, true to script, we just didn't get that. It's disappointment. Of course you want to be fighting out the finish in your last Melbourne Cup. But at the same time, you want to finish the race, both yourself and the horse, in one piece. You don't always get that fairy tale ending. Oh, that's how you do one.
He loves being on an underdog.
Nice one.
I could see the disappointment in his face and, you know, they're the things that he just has to shoulder and move on to the next race and keep going. And he's gotten really good at that.
I've learnt through my experiences that you tend to learn more from your losses than your wins.
Yeah.
I've put my heart and soul into Victorian racing. It's been a great ride.
Mr. Charismatic in front. Mr. Charismatic won the opener. And Oliver got him into the clear.
I've got no regrets. I don't think I've left anything on the table.
Ollie's lifting it, Frill.
The right jockey, because Ollie just lifted her over the line.
Spring Carnival in Melbourne, there's been lots of highlights. Damien was able to ride Arkansas Kid to win at Caulfield.
Arkansas Kid have just won.
He's definitely put his heart and soul into Victorian racing.
The greatest of all time, Damien Oliver. Thank you very much for the memories.
I've been very fortunate to have a number of farewells. I'd just like to thank the whole racing community in Melbourne for letting me be a part of it for so long. Done and dusted Melbourne, Perth, here we come.
Hey boy, don't lie to me. Say, where did you stay last night?
I've got mixed feelings about finishing WA. My entire career has been in Melbourne, but it did start for me here. I think it's fitting and it's nice to come back home. It's so long ago that I left. Most of the jockeys I rode against probably aren't riding now, but it's nice to come back and catch up with the old mate SJ. He's a master horseman. We go back a long way.
Got a 10-acre property here. I train for a pretty good clientele. I don't have many horses. We sort of train on a small scale, but try to get city-class horses that can win races for us. Come on, mate.
Buddy.
You know something's happened.
My wife Trish and my mum got a small share in a horse I'm riding Saturday, San Fabrizio. So I rode this horse at Moonee Valley one day and he ran quite well. Only got beaten a couple of lengths in quite a handy race, and I thought, you know, he'd be a nice horse from anywhere from 14 to sort of 2,000, sort of suit Perth, and I thought he might have nearly reached his limit in Melbourne and he could be a fun horse to have over here.
Pretty easy horse to train, and he loves the atmosphere here. And
how could you not like it here, mate? It's close to the beach, nice shady place in the sand dunes, and I think he's probably getting used to the flies.
Yeah, he did do that, and the kangaroos out the bush. It took him a while to get used to them, but he's come a long way, and he's not going to be a superstar, but he'll earn his way.
Righto, mate.
Okay.
He's well travelled, this horse. He started his life in France. Came to Australia, went to Hong Kong, back to Australia and ended up in Perth. So he might be multilingual with French and Chinese. Good, bud.
At the early age, I don't think he was much into the racing part. Then he became an apprentice and he started riding, and you could tell that he was going to be a good rider. He'd be very aggressive then, you know, at the start. All he wanted to do was win races.
The horse couldn't be in better hands. I'm sure he's going to do a great job with him. Winning work, we hope. SJ is someone I learn a lot off. He actually ran second in my first race I won.
Do you remember that famous maiden at Bunbury? This young, snotty-nosed 15-year-old kid come flying down the outside on Mr Gadwad to beat you on River Plate?
I never forget it. It was a 900-metre horse, and we were in a 1,000-metre race, and said to Mick, you get to the 100 metres and get your binoculars, and whoever comes, hit him. And lo and behold, it was a little apprentice called Damien Oliver. So that's where it all started. So obviously you've got a fair few on Saturday.
Yeah, I think I've got 7 without that one you mentioned. I'll have 8.
Yeah.
What's his name again, that horse?
Magnificent Andy.
Magnificent Andy, OK.
I wish you luck for the Gold Rush.
Thanks, mate. Hope I can deliver for them.
Do you rate yourself in the Barbie?
Capable, I'd say. Not, no star by any means.
What is your food repertoire? Is there one?
Not a big repertoire. Barbie, roast. Probably, that'll about do me. I can do a pizza. Yeah.
What, from scratch?
Well, I need to pay. No, need the base. Come on.
Do you want more potatoes?
I don't think we're too bad, Dale.
Damien's not the greatest on the tools in the kitchen, but maybe that'll come.
Looks like you're better in the kitchen than your dad.
I wouldn't say that. I think we're both a bit hopeless.
Running the show.
It's going to be great to have the weekends back. We're going to slot straight into those. Look forward to it. Are you two baking a cake later?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, come on.
Nah, you can do that. You need to have an understanding family to do this job. The rewards are good, but it does have its drawbacks at times.
We just want to see him do well. That's like kind of the main thing. We're just happy to see him be happy. It'll be good for everyone to be together, and it'll be good to see our Nana here as well, because I can't remember her coming to the races very much, especially because she lives over here.
I'd never envisaged him to go this long. He always said, I'll retire at 40, Trish, and then we'll be off into the sunset. And he's now 52, so he's gotten more out of his career and more out of his body than he ever thought he would. And the relief will probably be with his mum.
Are you more nervous about riding Nana's horse or in the Gold Rush, do you think?
Probably the Gold Rush. The stakes are a bit higher, I think. There's a bit more money involved.
Even with Nana there to watch?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, she'll be forgiving anyway. Yeah, that's what mums are for.
Yeah. Would just be the icing on the cake if you win it though, wouldn't it?
Oh, it would be cool. It would be amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Damien Oliver.
Geez, so much for slipping out quietly.
Nice to cap the last week off, give the home state something and share some of my great memories over, a 35-year career.
What is it that has kept you going at this elite level for as long as you did?
It's something that's never left me. It just keeps going. It's like a lifestyle, it's not a job, it's something you do.
How big an influence is the older brother was Jace?
Yeah, big influence, especially when you lose your father at a young age, so you're looking up to your older brother, and I could see my burgeoning AFL career just slipping away from me. As I was about 30 kilos and everyone else kept growing and I staying the same size. And it was about that time my brother started riding and being a jockey, and he had the nice car, the nice clothes and the nice girlfriend. I thought, geez, this looks like a good job for me.
The second Melbourne Cup. Not only are you on board, the whole country's on board with you.
Yeah, it was amazing. You know, obviously a lot of people in this room would know that I lost my brother the week before it. But then we were faced, you know, I was faced with, you know, am I going to ride in this Melbourne Cup? And I kind of didn't know what to do or what people would think. And, you know, I sat down with my mum. We had a discussion and we just thought, what would Jace want us to do? And if I was sitting at home on the couch watching it, you know, he would have been saying, you bloody idiot, what are you doing? When I look back at it now, I'm so proud that I was able to pull it off and win that race in his memory.
So we come to the weekend. The last day is a silky armoured gladiator out there on the track. How are you going to approach it?
Geez, hopefully with a couple of winners. I'll have to try and keep the emotion part out of it because I really want to go out a winner this weekend.
You've given everything that you possibly could. All I can say is thank you for what you've done for racing, what you've done for this state. We salute you, Ollie. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Damien Oliver.
Anything else you want to tell us or say about this weekend?
No, let's get this show on the road. Let's hope we can finish strong. Felt a bit strange waking up this morning, but here we are for the last time. It's a busy day, 7 rides, and it's going to be warm, so we're sweating it out today. As long as I give them every chance to produce their best. Fighting some finishes out.
Just saying, where's Dad going to be?
Hey, Dad. So this is it, my final race meeting. It's great to have my family here on the final goodbye to share this special day. Nice one. All right, thanks, Dale.
See ya.
Good day, guys.
Bye.
Righto.
See you later.
later. Okay.
Love.
Ta.
Damien has that special quality that he transcends the sport. It's a huge day and I'm very humbled that we're part of it and just hope we give him the send-off that he really deserves.
I knew there'd be a bit of stuff going on today, so I wanted to be here early and just make sure everything's right so I'm not chasing my tail all day. You know, they've all got chances. A couple of tricky draws, which will go some way to see how they're going, you know, if they can have luck from their barrier. San Fabrizio's drawn a bit wide, so I'm going to have to make a decision early whether he goes forward or tries to get in somewhere. Just keep a bit open-minded on that. I've got to try and keep my together for one more day because still job to do. Aussie. There you go, mate. Thanks, mate. Can't wait. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, good on you, mate. How you feeling, though?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm sort of looking forward to when it's over and I can have a beer and put the feet up, to be honest.
Yeah, we'll go there and have a great day. Enjoy it. Every second.
All right, mate. Have a good one. Thanks for the call.
This is it, Perth.
Where did you lot come from? Thankfully you weren't here when we were patting the wrong horse. He's just arrived.
It's great to have a horse going around in Perth. Amazing to have him on for the last day of their carnival and his, last time that he'll be able to ride for us.
If he's running favourite, let's hope we can do the job for everyone that's on him.
We're super excited, super proud of him, and fingers crossed for a winner.
Yeah, he stood still for Mum.
All right, let's get out of the hole.
Yeah. He travelled up really well. He's nice and relaxed. And he's here to do the right thing today. I'd do anything for him to win, you know, especially me training him, you know, it'd be sensational.
How many are you running today?
I've got 3 run. Ollie's riding the 2 of them.
Which is the second horse he's riding?
Magnificent Andy.
My mum's always been supportive throughout my career, but there probably was a time there when we lost my brother that she was a bit vulnerable and a bit unsure My mum doesn't get out much these days, getting a bit older, but to have her there on my last day will be amazing.
They've named the stand after him. They've got beer on tap today after him, which is good. We're all good drinkers. So yeah, they're very, very happy about it all.
Got to ride 58 my first ride. Comfortable riding rate's probably more around 56. Hey bud, how are you? You couldn't bring up a kilo lead bag and a bit of lead for us, could you? I didn't realise I'm so light. I've been riding heavy since I've been here, and I've got a light one today. And I need to make up a bit of weight, so I'm calling a few favours to borrow a bit of weight. No worries, I might be able to find someone here with some. Thanks, bud. See you, mate. Cheers, bud. Bye.
I can get some off Luke here.
That'd be awesome, mate.
You just need lead.
Lead and a kilo lead bag probably would help. Yep. Just help me save getting organised. I'm really focused of staying in the moment, so I really want to make the best of it. Racing's been my life. I'm sure I'm going to miss it.
Damien will go out with the will to win every time he rides, let alone when his mum and I are part share owners.
He could have walked away and had his last ride in Melbourne, but he knows where his grassroots come from. All the way through, that's one thing that hasn't changed with Ollie.
They're racing. San Fabrizio wanted a spot close to the speed early as they settle down. Round the outside, San Fabrizio's going up, and he's going to try and test the leader.
Sometimes it's even tough being on the favourite. I know you choose the favourite over anything, but it doesn't mean you're going to win.
And so as they go along past the 750, over on the outside, San Fabrizio ridden much closer.
Come on, go, Dame.
Come on, boy. Definitely no guarantees.
At the 250, San Fabrizio.
Go, 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 go! Go, Damien, go!
Manhattan Strip on the outside, grabbed the lead from San Fabrizio. Manhattan Strip's going to be too strong.
Bugger. We came third. He gave it a crack though. Straight out in front. Try right till the end. Just got pipped at the post.
Gutted. Got to do a little bit to get across. It's not a nice run, but he's feeling really one-paced.
Yep.
I just step him out and trip. He wants it now.
All right.
We'll throw 18 to 2,000. And probably take the earmuffs off. You're right, he's relaxed now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
We're just looking for a trip and let him ride him where he's comfy, you know? Yep. Thanks, mate.
Good luck. Good luck.
Thanks, guys.
See you, James.
I felt down that he didn't win for him and the family, but he give it a gun ride and he'd done everything he could to win the race. And the horse probably needs a bit more distance, or he might be a slow horse, you know?
You compete to win, but you have to learn to be able to cope with losing as well, because you tend to lose more than you win.
We waited for the sunset.
Back in the field, Better Boom under a bit of pressure from Ollie.
We waited for our last time.
Damien getting older. It's been a long time, a long career. His body needs a rest.
It's the last dance ever.
It's that competitive streak that drives you to success and makes you a competitive person and makes you a successful person.
I can feel your heartbeat start to fall. I can see the wind, I can feel.
Lacked early speed for Oliver.
The picture's always focused.
He's a real competitor. He wants to win. He wants to do the best. So the hardest thing's been that pressure that he puts on himself.
We were actually apprentices together. Yeah, so we go back a long way. We're two of the older statesmen in the room these days. Yeah, I beat him to retirement.
We'd all like to see ride another winner before he goes. So
that'd be nice. Can you help me out, boys?
Last year, you sort of had a bit of a. You sort of said you were thinking about it, so it wasn't a shock for me. But all great things got to come to an end, I suppose, don't they?
love going to the races, cheering him home, supporting him. To be able to finish on a high note, yeah, that's really important for him.
Gates open back, often racing it.
Nerves are important as long as they don't overcome you. Once I get on the horse, I feel more relaxed.
Divine Belief is setting after the leader now.
Come on, Dave!
Ollie down the outside, starting to run on. Ollie's gone for home. Divine Belief is clear. It's still Divine Belief. The racing gods have finally answered the call. Ollie's won it on Divine Belief. The crowd's gone wild.
He's got 2 to go. Do you believe in fairy tales?
Yes!
Puffing?
I'm out of puff.
Got the feeling now. I'm looking forward to the last 2. Huge reception, unbelievable, yeah. Thanks, mate. Good on you, bud. Thanks for the reception too. Good on you. Thanks, bud. Cheers.
Being a Perth jockey, watching him being able to achieve it means that I could possibly achieve it.
Everyone in the rooms have always looked up to him. If we get beat to someone, it's probably, nice to get beaten to him.
He's my biggest idol, so yeah, it's good to see him finishing up where he started.
They call him a GOAT for a reason. He's the greatest of all time.
Race 8.
We go back a long way, and Magnificent Andy could be his last winner.
All set to run. Gates open, often racing. Back in the field, Magnificent Andy. As they'd left the 600-metre mark behind them and approached the home turn, Magnificent Andy's in the middle. Down the outside is Magnificent Andy. Magnificent Andy is coming. Bastard, Magnificent Andy, upper limits. Magnificent Andy with Magnificent Ollie. Ollie's done it again.
That is win number 3,188.
Wow! Super.
If it's his last one, people love it. What do you do with him?
It's a dream. Well done.
And Ollie is absolutely relishing the moment. But there's an encore to come.
Great to get one from the old mate, SJ. He really wanted to get one before I finished.
It's just sensational. Yeah, it's sensational. I can't describe the feeling that I got through my body.
And this is going to be a massive build-up now to the last. 1 to go.
Young kid coming from Perth, having the success that I've been able to achieve, so much more than I ever dreamed I would have. I reckon my brother and father would be really proud. I think they'd be, a little bit sad too that they haven't been able to share the success.
You are one of the best, biggest, greatest sporting exports WA's ever had. Do you ever think that? Acknowledge that? Are you proud of that?
Yeah, absolutely. You get me every time, you prick.
What stirs the emotion?
Just that, Yeah, that. I suppose the enormity of what you've achieved. Geez, they named a grandstand after me. Usually you have to die to do that. So it's my last race. I'm riding Munamek for Nick Ryan. Let's hope he goes well for us.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Very nervous. The crowd have been so good all day. He's ridden the last 2 winners. He's going for 3 in a row.
The red light is on. They're set for a start. The rush for gold is underway. Oliver's going to go right back towards the tail end of the field, though, with Munamek at the early stages. They're not going overly quickly. And it's a muddlingly run race. At the 600, Munamek, third from last. About to let rip as they'd set sail for the judge. Munamek is trying to weave his way through the field.
see.
Come on, Damien!
Oliver's getting through with Munamik. Ripcord's coming down the outside. It's Ripcord, and now Munamik. Oliver's got the run. Munamik has got there. The racing gods have spoken. It's gold, gold, gold at Ascot. Ollie goes out a winner in the Gold Rush.
What a fairy tale!
There will never be another day like it for the greatest of all time. The fairy tale is complete.
Just to see him go up right at the end to finish on that one, I think that he'll be super happy with that.
There's been an overload of tributes. At times I've got sick of myself or talking about myself. I'm sure a lot of people have out there as well. It's been a long farewell tour, but it's been extraordinary. What a wonderful way to finish it off, and I've got to say the crowd here has just been amazing. It's like a Group 1 like reception. I think my brother Jason and my father would be extremely proud of what I've achieved. They'll be looking down fondly.
I'm so proud of Damien. Knowing behind the scenes, the ups and downs, all the roundabouts and the changes of jockeys, the ins and outs. He's hot, you're cold. I'm super proud. He's got through to the end and he's happy. He's happy with his career.
I could never have forecast how this whole story was going to unfold. It's been difficult, it's been emotional, it's been overwhelming at times. It really has been amazing, and I just can't thank people enough for the way they've got behind me, and it's made it really special.
Come on. You don't do things halfway, love, do you? Just want to hold you. Just want to hold you. One piece.
Not bad for a battler from Byford, eh? Don't call you goat for nothing, mate. We used to work him on the beach in Perth as well. One got loose, swum out, never came back.
To add to a little bit of the drama, no other than D. Oliver just takes a little bit of a side tumble.
Chief had covered everything there. Oh, on season up.